Hello all. So today we are talking about teaching and coaching careers in Chapter 12. Teaching and coaching opportunities for physical education, exercise science, and sport professionals have expanded from the school to the non-school setting and from school-aged populations to people of all ages, ranging from preschoolers to senior citizens. Although traditional opportunities in the public schools are available, some professionals are seeking other avenues for teaching and coaching careers. The national interest in fitness and sport has contributed to the growth of these alternative areas of employment. Moreover, the continued emphasis on fitness, physical activities, and sport opportunities for all age groups presents an encouraging employment picture to potential physical education teachers and coaches. Cultural competency and cultural humility are important for both teachers and coaches. In our increasingly multicultural society, both teachers and coaches must be committed to conducting culturally responsive programs that are sensitive to the needs of students and athletes from diverse cultural backgrounds. This includes being committed to the equitable treatment of all people participating in our programs. Teaching has been the traditional focus of the field of physical education, even though many types of jobs are now available in the field. Many people still choose to teach and to coach. The school setting remains the most popular setting for teaching, and job opportunities look promising. It is projected that through 2024, the number of teaching jobs will continue to grow. Teaching in school and non-school settings has many benefits, rewards, and challenges. And I would say you also need to look at not just public school, but also private school as well. Regardless of the setting, effective teachers hold high expectations for their students, keep them involved in relevant learning activities, and create an atmosphere that promotes learning. Beginning teachers possess competencies in many different areas that enable them to enhance student learning. The use of developmentally appropriate teaching practices helps teachers more effectively address the needs of their learners. The rewards, benefits, and challenges of teaching vary greatly, influenced by many factors, including their own personality and outlook, the quality of your professional preparation, and the school in which you find yourself teaching. We would be remiss if we did not address some of the realities of teaching experienced by those who work in public schools today. Today, high-stakes testing increases teacher accountability for students' learning, and the growing amount of required paperwork and meetings place increased demands on teachers, expanding their workload tremendously. The greater diversity of the student population and the commitment to achievement for all students presents great challenges to teachers as they strive to meet students' needs and achieve program goals. The culture of the school, the politics, and bureaucracies can impact your teaching experience. In some schools, there is strong administrative support for teachers, high morale, mentoring, and professional development. In other schools, administrative support is lacking, morale is low, and opportunities for professional development are noticeably absent. Student discipline issues, such as school violence and lack of parental support, influence teachers' effectiveness. Increasingly, insufficient budgets and, in some cases, inadequate facilities pose additional challenges. Teacher preparation programs can help teachers meet these challenges by orienting them to the realities of teaching and providing their teacher education candidates with the skills to address these issues. Meaningful rewards and several benefits are associated with teaching in the non-school setting. Examples of teaching opportunities in the non-school setting include working as a tennis or golf professional and teaching in a community recreation program, YMCA or YWCA, or commercial sport clubs such as a gymnastics club, swim club, or racquetball club. Similar to teaching in the public schools, the opportunity to help people achieve their goals is a major reward. The intrinsic satisfaction you receive from helping others learn the skills and knowledge to participate in physical activities that are enjoyable to them is very satisfying. One benefit is that because participation in these programs is voluntary, the teacher generally works with individuals and students who are highly motivated and eager to be involved in the activity. Another benefit of teaching in the non-school setting is the opportunity to specialize. Many physical educators like the idea of teaching just one activity such as golf, tennis, or swimming. However, many non-school settings such as the YMCA or YWCA and community recreation programs require the ability to teach a diversity of activities. There are some challenges to teaching in the non-school setting. Unlike teaching in the schools, there is a lack of job security. The number of participants enrolled in a program may determine whether it continues to be offered and may also determine the teacher's salary. Salaries vary widely as well. In contrast to school, where the working hours are confined to weekdays unless one is coaching, work hours at a non-school setting may be late in the afternoons and evenings and often weekends. Working hours need to be responsive to the hours the clients have available for leisure time pursuits. Work may also be seasonal, but this depends on the nature of the activity and the location. For example, golf professionals in the Northeast may find work only from April to September, but those pursuing the profession in the South may be able to work year-round. What competencies should physical educators possess as they graduate from their professional preparation program? Shape America's initial physical education teacher education standards identifies 6 standards to be achieved. As you prepare to enter the field, you should know the disciplinary content and be able to apply this content to meeting the needs of the students. It is expected that physical educators demonstrate competence in skill performance and possess high health-enhancing levels of fitness. You are expected to plan and implement developmentally appropriate learning experiences that are aligned with standards while considering the individual differences and addressing the diverse needs of all students. Your ability to use technology effectively can enhance the learning and achievement objectives. The use of effective pedagogical skills and strategies to enhance student learning, such as demonstrations, explanations, management, and provision of feedback to create a safe, productive learning environment, are emphasized within the standards. Self-reflection and the ability to make adjustments to instructional tasks and the learning environment as students engage in learning are important. Having the ability to use a wide variety of assessment strategies to monitor students' progress as well as to make adjustments in your teaching is expected as well. Assessments can also be used to help students learn how to be self-directed learners. An effective quality education program is committed to the goal of physical education achievement of physical literacy by all students. According to Shape America, physically literate individuals have the knowledge, skills, and confidence to enjoy a lifetime of healthful physical activity. Quality physical education programs are aligned with the national standards for K-12 physical education. These 5 standards reflect the outcomes that should be achieved in physical education. Quality physical education programs are structured around 4 essential components: policy and environment, curriculum, appropriate instruction, and student assessment. Standard 1, the physically literate individual demonstrates competencies in a variety of motor skills and movement patterns, whereas Standard 2, the physically literate individual applies knowledge of concepts, principles, strategies, and tactics related to movement and performance. And standard number 3, the physically literate individual demonstrates the knowledge and skills to achieve and maintain a health-enhancing level of physical activity and fitness. So they're learning how to calculate their heart rate and see whether they are in their target heart rate zone. Whereas standard number 4, the physically literate individual exhibits responsible personal and social behavior that respects self and others. So now they're starting to exercise on their own. And the physically literate individual recognizes the value of physical activity for health, enjoyment, challenge, self-expression, and social interaction for Standard 5. Local school policies regarding physical education influence the amount of time physical education is offered to students. Ideally, it is recommended that school policies require physical education in grades K through 12 with class periods totaling 150 minutes per week for elementary students and 225 minutes per week for upper level students. So 150 minutes, that would be about 30 minutes a week for your elementary students, or it could be 30 minutes 5 days a week, or it could be 50 minutes 3 days a week. Many schools offer it differently. Often this is not the case as waivers from state requirements exemptions to allow students to take another class or because of a disability, and substitutions of other experiences such as interscholastic athletics for physical education serve to reduce the time for physical education. Other policies that impact the quality of physical education relate to such issues as class size and grading practices. Utilizing different teacher-student class ratios and grading practices for physical education than for other classes like math reflect policies that are not supportive of physical education, nor conducive to achievement of its goals. Policies that require physical educators to be state certified or licensed help ensure that physical education is taught by qualified individuals with expertise in this area. When I first moved to Corpus Christi, one of the things that I found was that they use paraprofessionals, and paraprofessionals are people who have some college education but do not necessarily they are not state certified to teach. And so with that, they have a certified instructor that oversees many campuses and many teachers within that school. So are our students really getting the quality education that they need here in Corpus Christi is a big question. The second essential component is curriculum. School districts should have a written curriculum that is aligned with national and state standards. The curriculum should be comprehensive in its scope and sequence to ensure that students learn the basic skills before being taught more complex advanced skills. Specific objectives for students to attain, units and lessons to be implemented, and provision to assess outcomes are found in a well-developed curriculum. The curriculum identifies student activities related to the learning objectives and identifies instructional practices that focus on maximizing physical activity during lessons. To help keep students engaged in moderate to vigorous physical activity for at least 50% of the class time. The curriculum presents strategies for differentiation of instructions to help students of all abilities levels stated outcomes. Appropriate instruction is the third component. When you look at students in physical education class, you will see some evident differences of skill, ability between students, but also some that are not quite as evident, such as social development. Quality physical education addresses the diverse needs of students through the use of differentiated instruction and using a variety of instructional practices that include all students. Instructional practices that maximize opportunities to practice, the use of feedback to reinforce learning and encourage efforts, and the incorporation of chances for students to self-assess their learning are hallmarks of quality physical education. Well-designed lessons aligned to curricular objectives and that engage students in moderate to vigorous physical activity for at least 50% of the class time are characteristic of quality physical education. Assessment is the fourth component that is integral to part of quality physical education. Assessment aligns with the standards and student objectives and administered following a consistent protocol promote accountability. Regular student assessments help teachers track student achievement. Assessments also provide teachers with evidence to reflect on the effectiveness of their efforts and to determine whether changes in their instructional practices and/or curriculum are warranted. Many different assessment approaches can be used to provide evidence of student learning. You might remember your physical education teacher evaluating your skill performance using a checklist or taking a written test in physical education to assess your learning. Opportunities for students to self-assess their learning and self-monitor their progress are important aspects of a quality physical education program. Quality physical education is goal-centered, instructional in nature, and teaches students the skills, knowledge, and confidence to achieve and maintain physical literacy throughout their lifetime. Policies and an environment that support physical education. A sequenced curriculum aligned with national and local standards, appropriate instructional strategies, and assessments that provide evidence of student learning are components of quality physical education programs. As physical educators working in today's schools, you may be expected to assume a significant role in the conduct of the Comprehensive School Physical Activity Program, or CSPAP. The Physical Activity Guidelines for Americans recommend children and adolescents accrue at least 60 minutes of moderate to vigorous physical activity daily, but less than half of our youth meet this guideline. Since approximately 50 million students are currently enrolled in American schools, the school setting is an ideal one for the promotion of physical activity in our youth. The CSPAP provide a framework for our efforts. Quality physical education is an integral part of this comprehensive approach. The CSPAP consists of 5 components: quality physical education, physical activity during the day, physical activity before and after school, staff involvement and engagement, and family and community engagement. A quality physical education program is central to the CSPAP, and it's instructional in nature, helping students learn the skills, knowledge, and values for participation in physical activity. These other components complement the physical education program. They do not replace it. Physical activity opportunities during the day contribute to students accruing 60 minutes of physical activity daily. These opportunities occur outside of physical education through recess, drop-in activities during lunch or open gym, and through the incorporation of physical activity into classroom set lessons, using physical activity to explore math concepts or to understand principles in physics. Physical activity before and after school can range from clubs such as a morning walk club or badminton club, intramurals, and interscholastic sports. When feasible and safe, walking or biking to school programs are encouraged as a way to contribute to students' achievement of 60 minutes of physical activity. Staff engagement in physical activities and the promotion of physical activity are part of the CSPAP. Much like a worksite health promotion program, schools can offer their staff wellness and physical activities before or after school. Such activities as nutritional counseling, fitness classes, or yoga instruction help promote staff wellness. Additionally, staff engaging in physical activities provide important role models for their students. The last component, family and community engagement, focuses on taking advantage of school as a venue for physical activity. In some areas, such as in rural communities or urban neighborhoods, the school is the sole venue where families can engage in a variety of physical activities, opening the weight room or gym on the weekends, providing instruction and activities at night, and offering recreational programs for adults and youth take advantage of the school's physical activity resources. Facilitating collaborative relationships between schools and community resources such as the YMCA to use the school facility during non-school hours expands opportunities for youth and adults to be active. Teachers in both school and non-school settings perform a myriad of tasks every day. Prospective teachers need to be cognizant of their responsibilities. In addition to actually teaching, teachers perform many administrative and professional related tasks. The activities of teachers can be grouped into 3 areas: instructional tasks, managerial tasks, and instructional tasks. Instructional tasks are responsibilities and activities that relate directly to teaching. These tasks include explaining and demonstrating how to perform a skill, describing how to execute a particular strategy in a game, assessing individual performance, and motivating individuals through the use of various techniques. Managerial tasks are related to the administration of the class. In the school setting, these activities may include taking attendance, dealing with discipline problems, and patrolling the locker room. In a non-school setting, such as a commercial health club or sports center, managerial responsibilities may include setting up and dismantling equipment, repairing equipment, handing out towels, distributing workout record sheets, and recording individuals' progress. Institutional tasks are activities related to the organization in which the teacher works, be it the school or non-school organizations such as a YMCA. In the school setting, teachers may be expected to assume hall duty or lunchroom supervision. There's also a stipend that goes along with those extra duties. They may have to attend curriculum or departmental meetings and conduct parent-teacher conferences. In the non-school setting, teachers may also perform institutional duties such as checking membership cards at the front desk, mailing promotional brochures to attract new members, and filling out a variety of reports. In some situations, managerial and institutional responsibilities occupy more of a teacher's time than actual instructional tasks. Teaching positions in the school setting are available in public and private settings, school systems, higher education, and specialized schools. Public and private schools are organized according to various administrative patterns. I should also say charter schools are an opportunity as well. Today, the most typical pattern is the elementary school, which is grades K through 5, middle school, grades 6 through 8, and high school, grades 9 through 12 configuration. The number of preschool programs in the United States is growing rapidly. The growth of preschool programs has created additional opportunities for physical educators to work with young children to develop motor skills and promote the development of a healthy lifestyle. In higher education, professional opportunities include teaching in 2-year junior colleges or community colleges and 4-year colleges or universities. I would say with that you really are required to have a master's or better in those particular areas. And there has been some cutback in the state of Texas in particular in allowing in the community colleges. We typically are not allowed to teach. We really have cut down the number of physical activity classes that we are teaching at the college level and the university level because the state of Texas is not paying for those classes. They're not going to pay any more than your 120 credit hours. So there are also teaching positions for those professionals who want to work with people with disabilities and for those who aspire to instruct in a professional preparation program. Teaching opportunities also exist in specialized schools such as vocational and technical schools, as well as in developmental centers. Obtaining a teacher certification in physical education opens up many doors for you. Opportunities to teach physical education outside of the school setting continue to increase. The growth of interest in physical activity and sport by people of all ages has stimulated the development of these additional teaching avenues. Teaching opportunities may be found today in commercial sport clubs, community recreational and sport programs, resorts, the armed forces, senior citizen and retirement centers, and correctional institutions. The requirements for employment in these opportunities, the working conditions and salaries and other benefits vary widely. Some of these teaching positions require a high level of expertise in a particular sport, whereas others require individuals to teach a variety of activities. Working hours vary a great deal as well. For some positions, hours are often dictated by the times clients or students are available. If one is working with youth, hours are likely to be after school and the weekends. Daytime work, if one is working with adults, hours tend to be in the evenings and weekends as well. Daytime work is also available, however. These positions may pay on an hourly basis, have a set salary, or pay based on the number of students taught. Benefits may vary from none to complete medical, dental, and life insurance plans. Some teaching positions in non-school settings require that individuals assume other responsibilities as well. These may include being responsible for the organization's social media, soliciting membership, record keeping, and equipment and facility maintenance. Each state has established minimum requirements that prospective teachers must meet before they become legally certified to teach. The certification of teachers protects school children by ensuring a high level of teaching competency and the employment of qualified personnel. Because certification procedures and requirements vary from state to state, prospective teachers should obtain those specific requirements from their college or university by directly contacting the state education department. Because of variations in state requirements, a certificate to teach in one state is not necessarily valid in another state. However, reciprocity among states in a region is increasingly common. Sometimes where there is no reciprocity, prospective teachers can become certified in another state by merely taking a few additional courses. Teaching certificates are required to teach in the public schools. Some private schools may not require their teachers to possess a certificate. Teaching certificates are also an asset to individuals desiring to teach in non-school settings. Prospective employers may be impressed by candidates who have fulfilled the necessary requirements for certification and may actually pay a little bit more for that. If you are interested in working with individuals with disabilities, you should prepare for this opportunity by taking additional coursework in the area of adapted physical activity and special education. Try to obtain practical experience working with individuals with disabilities as part of your preparation for a physical education career. Physical education teachers can also become certified as adapted physical educators. The Adaptive Physical Education National Standards Project was designed to ensure that physical education for students with disabilities is provided by qualified physical educators. As part of this project, national standards were developed and a certification examination was designed to measure knowledge of these standards. Physical educators interested in taking the certification exam must demonstrate that they have a bachelor's degree in physical education, 200 hours of documented practicum experience in teaching physical education to individuals with disabilities, and at least one 3-credit hour course in adaptive physical education. Teachers who pass the exam are certified for 7 years and can use the acronym CAPE, which is Certified Adaptive Physical Educator, after their name. They are listed in the National Registry of Certified Adaptive Physical Educators that is distributed to each state education department. And that is it for today. We will be taking up part 2 a little later, where we'll be talking more along the lines of coaching, because I know so many of you got into physical education because you want to coach, but your salary is dictated more by your teaching than your coaching. Regardless, we'll be talking about coaching in another session. I look forward to talking with you soon. Have a great day.